Revolution. You said you saw it. I saw it. First impressions were what? Did you like it?
Yeah, I dug it. Thought it was all combined with the other show we're gonna get to. Obviously, Sacrifice. I thought it was a phenomenal weekend for wrestling fans, but particularly, I think both shows certainly had match of the year candidates. This one in particular being for me with the tag. It kicked off with a. I mean, anytime you get Kingston and anything that he can really sink his teeth into is going to be good. So this opening match with Jericho, which was basically just a dog fight, I dug it. I actually liked it better than the Punk match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I can't. MJF don't do nothing for me at this point. Don't do nothing for me. I'm not a huge Punk fan. The dog collar thing it was cool, but it's like I don't know. It's almost kind of like he wasn't whooping the guy's ass enough for me. Punk wasn't. So maybe that's just me. But yeah, I dug most of the show. I think for me, I think the tag match. Shout out to Jungle Jack with the Luchasaurus was probably the highlight of the show. But yeah, I thought it was overall a really good show.
I thought it was fine. A lot of what I don't like about wrestling is on display on a weekly basis in AEW. Like the triple threat tag team match where it was just finisher spamming. Same thing with Moxley Bryan. Same thing with Hangman and Cole. It's one of those things where I don't like this shortcut, easy bake oven wrestling style where let's just do finishers and people will go oohs and ahs.
Yeah.
I don't like it. The other problem I have with AEW is they have a really terrible director. I don't know what this dude does or has done before prior to coming to AEW, but he has no sense of what should and shouldn't be shown. There was a point in time during the Punk MJF match where they were in the corner by the fans, and Punk was punching MJF in the head, but the punches were telegraphed, and MJF was just kind of bobbing his head to it. And I'm like, this looks terrible. Why would you shoot from that angle? Why would you have someone get right up into the meat of it to see how it's made? You should have had it back and to the left so like you could not see the punches being delivered. Whoever's running the director's room for AEW has no clue what they're doing. And that wasn't the only time that I saw that night. So I was like, this is not good.
I like that point too because it was weird, and I think that plays into my point about the match. It felt like, and I get that MJF's the heel, but it's like you both trying to kill each other at this point in the feud. So it's like, but it felt like Punk was pulling his punches and MJF wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was weird, and but the Crimson Mask of it all. It's not like. So I was about to tweet this. He was like, the ref asking like, Punk, are you okay? Like, don't worry, I'm not Cena from back in Judgment Day 05 yet. With that match he had with JBL, but yeah, it just I think to me the best part of that match was the Wardlow of it all because I seen somebody reference kind of a while back. They're kind of doing what they did with Batista with him.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. So yeah, I thought that was a really great moment with the ring because he didn't even have to touch him, and that was more of a middle finger than had he actually like powerbombed him or something. So that was good. And Punk's entrance, which you retweeted, that was good. That was some good stuff.
So that was the highlight of the night because and this is how I just Marcus, you should have heard the inside of my brain. Because you would have rolled on the ground laughing. As soon as I heard the music and nobody reacted, the first thing out of my head is, you casuals.
Oh, no.
Because they weren't popping. And I'm sitting there going, oh, it's Misery Cantero, or however you pronounce it. I'm like, this is CM Punk's old Ring of Honor music. But no one's reacting to it. I'm like, flat scan, smooth brain casuals.
This is one of the rare times where in deference, like we also know our favorite version. If anybody's been listening long enough, you know our favorite version of the Punisher. You know our favorite version of Judge Dredd.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one time like the first move was the longest reference because Chad's gonna be in the audience. You effing flat scans. You cheer now. It's about like you're not the law, man. I'm the law.
I'm sorry. I know when we talk about Dread, it's perfect. It's a perfect film. But the one thing he was missing, the one thing Carl Urban was missing, was the exuberance of Armando Santi and his response with "La, you betray the law." La. Oh my god, what a great line of dialogue!
And Chad's not para imitating. That's exactly what.
Look, verbatim. That's how Santi does it verbatim. The clone of
Uh,
Dread. Those two
oh,
movies are both wildly different and wildly amazing for wildly different reasons. Like Judge Dredd is brilliant because it's terrible.
oh
Dredd is
man.
brilliant because it's fantastic. But they're both fantastic. But I digress. Yeah, when CM Punk's old AFI theme hit and no one reacting to it,
That,
I was so
that
pumped.
you know, that's weird because that's I wasn't even watching Ring of Honor until later in his years. Never saw any of Punk stuff from it, outside the highlights. And also that was my first time hearing it. I'm like, this is good. This is good. Like I'm not mad at I'm not hearing cult of personality at all. Like this is really good. So even though I'm not a huge Punk fan, I appreciate a lot of what he, stuff that he does and stuff like that. You can't be mad at a good throwback. And then obviously they played Colt at the end of the match when he won. But yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was some good stuff. And like you said, it probably deserved far more recognition than it got. But you also talking about an audience, a lot of which specifically came to sing Judas. So
Yeah. What I like the most though about Punk and MJF's intros, and we'll jump to something else here after this, is MJF came out to Cult of Personality first.
I miss.
So like it was like this great thing of like MJF tried to take Punk's thing and take it as his own and piss the fans off. Like he tried to taint Cult of
Yeah,
Personality by starting it and stopping it and coming out to his music. But then Punk doubled up and went with his old Ring of Honor theme. 5 days after the announcement of the purchase, and after MJF tried to desanctify Cult of Personality himself, like it was a great comeuppance before the match even started. It was I loved it. It was great. Um,
yeah,
that to me was my favorite match, even though the director was just a filthy casual, just like the fans. AEW's filled with filthy casuals.
hilarious. Shout out to Meister. It was like the casuals deserve some of this stuff, most of it. Uh,
Basically. So, Jericho and Kingston is great. I've been a
yeah,
Kingston fan for a lot of years. I don't want to sit here and say I was like, yeah, since day one, nah.
yeah, same
No,
here.
I'm not a new fan. But like, I would say since like 2010 Shikara, I've been a fan of Kingston. And then, of course, like his brief 2 stint run in Impact, I was really happy with. Although not happy that it lasted so short, but still happy.
Yeah,
So like, I like that they're giving him a fair shake, and I hope like this is one of those times when I wish pro wrestling did more weighted tiers because I feel like you can have 5 or 6 main guys because like MMA gets away with it. Like you have Izzy in the UFC, but you also have why can't I think of any other champions in the UFC? Ngannou, and you also have Glover Teixeira. I cover MMA for a living. I can't remember anyone's name.
hmm,
Usman. There you go. Now I'm starting to remember them all. And like each guy is like a headliner in their own right. I feel like if pro wrestling did weighted classes, you could have Kingston be a headliner. Because I feel like Adam Page isn't a headliner, and I feel like they're really shoehorning Adam Page into he's a main eventer. He's really not though. He's not a good promo. He's a mean cowboy shit. Really? Who's really showing up to see Adam Page? Like I want an honest count. Because it's not more than CM Punk. It's not more than Bryan Danielson. It's not more than Eddie Kingston or Chris Jericho. And apparently Chris Jericho got himself into really good shape recently, so congrats. But like also like you have all these guys, but like Paige and Britt Baker are just two personalities that I feel like aren't latching on like everyone thinks they are. And they're still pushing them because, Adam Cole is dating Britt. And
Yeah,
Paige is
it's
best friends with the Young Bucks. Like, yeah, nepotism. And Cody even said when he started the company, I believe in nepotism. And we're seeing it. Like, these are not personalities that should be the head of their divisions. It's a
yeah,
very bland product in that regard.
yeah. I understand the narrative around Britt Baker, but I've never really been into her. I think the names you go with like the Thunder Roses, the Serena Deebs, the Hikaru Shidas, and there are others on that roster. I even like Statlander. That Statlander's good.
Statlander is very talented, but she doesn't have the personality to be a top gal. She's
Yeah,
weird, but like beyond that, what is she?
yeah. And we're gonna and I would like the developing personality of what they've been doing with Conti, but that's mostly because they're playing off. She's playing off Jade, who's a lot of personality. So she's kind of had to pick it up. But yeah, and I think, and we're gonna get to. I think Jade's coming along. She definitely was a highlight of the show. I don't necessarily know if it was for the match, but she definitely was a highlight.
But here's the thing with Jade Cargill. I do not think she's very talented in the ring. That being said, Goldberg wasn't.
And this is from a
I love
staunch
Goldberg.
people. Yeah,
I love him. If he went to Impact today, I'd be like, put Moose, Eddie, Alexander, Scott D'Amore, Sting, Anthem, and the United States underneath him, and let him pin them all.
that's like, yeah, you think you wasn't getting no title shots back then, Eddie? Sorry. Oh, yeah, look.
Wrong wrestler. Sorry about your damn luck. But like, I like Jade. I think Jade's somebody that should not have long matches because she's not very talented. At the very least, I don't think she's very talented yet.
Yeah.
She's physically impressive. She's a bodybuilder?
Yeah, she looks like a Greek goddess. If they ever did her cast her as Storm, she certainly looked the part.
Absolutely. The problem is she's not very good yet, and they're forcing her.
Yeah.
That is fine. Like, we've seen worse, clearly. But I feel like when you're looking at who should be the head of the division, I think Jade having 7-minute match with not Jade Cargo, with Taya Conti. And Taya Conti didn't impress me at all. Like,
Yeah,
has zero athleticism. Well, she has two athleticism.
It was not good.
Those kicks she threw, man, like, how slow were they going? Like, she went to throw a back kick. I went to go get popcorn, and she finally connected when I got back. It's like, damn, that's a 3-minute kick. The match is 6 minutes long.
Like, I popped it slow on purpose too. Yeah, it was just their chemistry was not hitting. Like I said, Jade is slow and prodding, and it doesn't. She's a big woman that's trying to incorporate other stuff into her repertoire, but she still needs to kind of find what she needs to do in between moves and stuff. And she's getting better. It's clear. And like I said, she has the presence, the personality, the look. It's just, she's developing.
She's been wrestling for a year. Of course she's terrible.
Yeah.
Like I mean, come on. Like, even Goldberg had like 9 months of work at the power plant before he debuted in '97. So, she'll have some time. She might get really good. But the problem is fans don't see gradual improvements. So it's going to be a long time before people are on the Jade bandwagon. And like, looking at the AEW women's roster, there really isn't a lot of genuine standouts. It's a very poorly built brand. Thunder Rosa might be the only one that I would think is an A-tier grade 1 headliner.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, it's weird too because with wrestling fans, you're talking about the filthy casuals. It's one of those things where it's like either people think she already has it because of the narrative, or they don't care and don't ever think she's gonna get it. In which case, when she does get it, they'll try to spin the narrative like she doesn't. So it's this weird thing. It kind of reminds me of the whole thing around Charlotte. Like, we know she's athletic and she can go, but it's like come on, like y'all got to kind of call a spade here.
Truthfully, that's how I see Britt Baker. I think she's nothing more than Charlotte. And I know a lot of people want to say, well, Charlotte Flair's really good. She's a Hall of Famer. She yada, yada, yada. She's earned all these. First of all, you don't earn a title in wrestling. You become marketable enough to be able to promote the belt and promote the brand. That's basically all you do. I really don't like the narrative of, oh, they so-and-so earned the belts. No. You put the belt on the most popular people. That's all you need to do. Because if the most popular and most watched people wrestle for the belt, then it gives the belt importance. It's a simple concept. So when I see people talk about Charlotte Flair, no, she's not that talented. She's just a name. She's athletic, but I've never really enjoyed a Charlotte Flair match. I've never watched a Charlotte Flair match when, oh, yeah, that was great. So I see a lot of the same in Britt Baker. She's great because we're told she's great.
Yeah.
I never had to be told that Dean Malenko was great. I knew he was great. I never needed to know or be told that Gail Kim was great. I knew she was great. Booker T, like when I was watching him in 97 and I had no concept of improvement in talents or any type of, backstage booking, or I was like, he's going to be a world champion. I just know it. He's too good not to be. That's fucking 11.
Yeah, you're not wrong, specifically with the cause that's what it is. That she's the emblem that's been placed on the car. But I don't necessarily know that's the right emblem. But again, like you said, I think that's kind of encapsulates what your point you made about is not that good of a roster. They got talented people on there, but they don't necessarily have all the tools to be quote unquote the person. Like they tried it with her name escapes me right now, who's with Vicky.
Nyla Rose?
Yeah, tried it with her. Then Sheeta had her run, and then she's having a really great feud right now with Serena Deeb, who was another one that if they put in certain positions, I think she could be, somebody that could really go against a face like Rosa. But I think those two in particular, few and far in between on that roster. So,
Overall, it was a solid show, but, I had my complaints. My match of the night was definitely Punk MJF, and I say that with this caveat. I don't think there was, like, a standout match theater contender on the show. So, the best they did was Punk and MJF. I did like some spots in the ladder match. Although Christian Cage nearly broke his brain and Orange Cassidy got hurt, so I really don't know why they keep doing these dumbass ladder matches. Wardlow, I don't get. Unlike Batista, who was raging with charisma, I feel like Wardlow's somebody they keep telling us is going to be huge. But he's not a great promo. He's not a good wrestler. Like, I don't get the hype about Wardlow. He looks impressive. He's not as good as Powerhouse Hobbs or Brian Cage. Like, I don't know why they're putting all their eggs in the Wardlow basket. Like, and they popped for him. They popped for him with the whole MJF turn. But the dude's 34. He's been wrestling apparently since 2014. Yikes! That's not a ring endorsement at all. But it's like, what exactly is he gonna be for you as a brand? I don't know.
Yeah,
so
well,
I have concerns.
Yeah, like I said, I really dug that tag affair because it could have, and it really could have been. And I just like seeing Luchasaurus and young Jack Perry, really shine and go off the way they did. So that was really cool. I'm even warming up to that damn theme song, which is just kind of like semi-annoying for me. But yeah, good stuff.
Theme song that I'm really warming up to is Darby Allin's. I like the methodicalness of it. And I gotta say, I even kind of liked the little intro video, like why are you so crazy or whatever that old dude said to him. Why are you so crazy? And then he jumps into him. And then Sting flamethrowers everything.
Yeah, it was. It was cool. It was cool seeing Red Dragon back in full form again. The Bucks are gonna do what the Bucks do. Like I said, I think Luchasaurus really had that crowd eating out the palm of their hand in a lot of ways, or that match in general. But yeah, it's weird now because with everything going on, like every time now I see Danhausen, I'll pop like you're in the room. Like I look over like, yeah, And then you're not there. Then I just be like, ah.